So today we're going to be talking about the 2009 stop motion film Coraline. Coraline is kind of like a fantasy horror movie, but basically it follows a little girl. Her name is Coraline Jones. She is from Michigan, but her family up and moves to Oregon. And so she's feeling a little bit iffy about this move. She misses her friends and the place that she's in, Oregon. Her family moves into the Pink Palace apartments. So she's not really happy about this situation. It's very dreary and dark there, like not a lot of like color at the place in terms of greenery from trees and grass and stuff like that. Like the whole film is kind of just very dark and dreary throughout the entirety of the movie. So the movie pretty much starts off with her being in the woods, I would say, and you just see like stuff is not really taken care of there. Like there's a well that she's looking for, and she has like this rod thing that she's using to guide her, and the place hasn't been upkept, and so she's looking for this well, can't find it, and so she meets a boy named YB. His name is Yborn, but she meets him. So pretty much she's staying in this house at the Pink Palace apartments, and there's this small door. At first she looks into it and it's just brick behind it. She's just like, oh, okay, so that doesn't really mean anything. But she goes to sleep one night. These mice basically wake her up and lead her to that door that was once like had brick behind it. And so she goes to the door. She sees the mice go in it, and she opens up the door like, what is he doing? You can't go in there. She opens it up and sees that there's this really like windy tunnel that has beautiful colors. It's very appealing. It's very alluring. It's like blue and purple and a little bit of like turquoise, and it's very just like appealing to her eyes. And you see her, she's just like her eyes widen, and she goes through the tunnel, and it basically leads her to the other world. And so in the other world, she has her other mother, she has her other father, all these characters that she has in her real life, all these people like neighbors, everything like that, they're in the other world, but instead they have button eyes while she's in that world. It's very appealing, totally different landscape. She's being fed. Her other mother is so nice because her parents are really like kind of neglectful to her. Like they don't pay her any mind. She doesn't have any siblings. She only had her friends in Michigan, but now she's in Oregon and she hasn't even started school yet. And so being at this place where her other mother and other father are very loving to her and their whole like existence is about her, she wants to stay there. But pretty much she will find out that this place is not all that it seems. So she goes from a very dreary, dark, sad place to a place where it's very eye-appealing. Like there's flowers, there's grass, there's beautiful trees, and they're all lighting up, and they make noises, and they talk, and they sing to her, all these different things. And so it's just a complete switch up from what she had before. But the reason why I picked this movie is because it's stop motion. And so in stop motion, you know, all the sets are created, and it's not like where you can like a live action where you can go out and just find that location and things are going to be how it is. If there's a tree at one place, it's going to stay at like that tree is going to stay there. But the thing about stop motion animation, landscape is very intentional, how you set it up, where things are going, where like the character is going to be at, where they're leading to. So everything is very intentional. And so yeah, that's Coraline. Okay, part 2, I'm going to be analyzing the cinematography and how the landscape ties to the theme of the film and the plot. So pretty much, like I was saying, very dreary in the real world in Oregon where Caroline has moved to. But when she gets to the other world, it's like otherworldly. Like it's her imagination, like everything that she's dreaming for, it's in this other world. So you have your other mother, and they're slightly like changing their words every time she falls asleep and enters this new world. So it starts off with, oh, I'm your other mother, I'm your mother, I'm your better mother. As you see this in the real world and in the other world, the landscape starts to slowly change. The real world is already very dim and dreary. As you learn, and now she's starting to realize that she's in danger, like the other world is not what it's supposed to be in her, like what they make it out to be. You start to see fog, like it's just fog everywhere, especially when she learns that it's dangerous because there's a black cat that basically can travel through both worlds. And he basically is telling her, like, you don't want to mess with this. Like, this is not what you think it is. And so pretty much when she like gets offered to change her eyes to buttons in order so that she could stay in the other world, she's just like, I'm gonna need more time to think about this. And so pretty much she goes out into the garden. The other father is showing her the garden, and the plants are alive, the trees are alive, they're tickling her, they're growing out of the ground suddenly, and all these things are popping up. It's glowing, it's very like colorful, all these different things, everything that her world is not, the other world is. Pretty much like he is like, oh, I want to show you something, lifts her into the sky, and it pretty much shows her face. This world, this other world, is very just like Coraline centered, and she never really questions it. Like sometimes she might be like, oh, well, that's a little bit strange, but she loves it. She's a kid, and also she doesn't have attention at home, and so when she sees it in this world, she's just like, oh wow, I really love it. And so pretty much the dad tells her like, oh, well, your mom made this for you, like she knows you like the back of her hand. And so once stuff goes downhill in this other world, and the mom is basically just like, you need to stay here, change your eyes, and basically you're gonna stay here forever and love me and all these different things, she runs out of the world, and she's walking, and the cat's kind of just like, what are you doing? And she was just like, I don't really know what this mom really wants from me. Like she's like really obsessive. And he was like, she wants somebody to love. And as they're walking, like this world that she knows or somewhat knows in her real world and in the other world, it turns white. It gradually turns white. And she's walking around just like, what is this? And he was pretty much just like, the other mother made this world, and pretty much she made what she knew would impress you, like what she knows from your active life. She was just like, this is weird. How can you walk away from something and then still come back to it? And the cat says to her to walk around the world. And she was just like, small world, because this is not her real world. This is not real life. The landscape of the film really brings the vibe to what's going on in her life. And so in one of the readings, it says, landscapes provide an area in which the drama of the film can unfold, where place, space, tensions, and dynamics occur. And so, like I said, you see that all unravel through the landscape. You see the other world gradually start dying out. The plants start attacking her instead of like loving on her. And like I said, they would tickle her. Now they're fighting her. So you're seeing this once beloved world, once infatuating world start to turn on Coraline. And so pretty much now she's longing for her normal world. Like she's realizing, okay, it's not that bad. Like I know it's dim and dark, but like I can make a new life there. And so another quote I wanted to say from the article is, landscapes as a place is closely associated with the geographic expression sense of place and refers to the location where the narrative is supposedly set, whether real or imagined. Like the cat said, she creates a space where what she knows will impress a child in order to keep them there in this world that they can only imagine. And so I specifically want to say that space is a physical environment. And so I would say that the real world is her space, the space where she wants to get out of, and place is more of like, it's a sense of a world. It has subjective meaning, and like you have your experiences in a place. It's like different from space, because space is very physical and tangible, and a place is just like what it means to you. Basically, the other world was supposed to be a place, whilst her real world was a space. And so she wanted to be in a place. She wanted to be in a place where everything was supposedly perfect. But like I said, the grass is not always greener on the other side. And she quickly learned that, and quickly was just like, my life is not so bad, and I love my real parents. There's always a catch to everything good. And so that's basically one of the main themes in the movie, the 2009 stop motion film Coraline.